want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason. His body was never recovered from the lake after he drowned. And if you listen to the old-timers in town, they'll tell you he's still out there. Some sort of demented creature. Surviving in the wilderness. Full-grown by now. Stalking. Stealing what he needs. Living off wild animals and vegetation. Some folks claim they've even seen him. Right in this area. The girl who survived that night at Camp Blood, that Friday the 13th, she claims she saw him. She disappeared 2 months later. Vanished. Blood was everywhere. No one knows what happened to her.
Jason. Jason. You're not alone, Jason. And you never will be. I'm always watching you, Jason. And I'm proud of the work you've done. You have been righting the deepest wrong ever committed on Camp Crystal Lake. I know everything about you, Jason. I've always been watching. And I'm sickened at what I saw happen to you. You were born different, Jason. But that didn't make you any less beautiful. Any less deserving of kindness and compassion. You didn't deserve to be bullied. And when those bullies threw you in the water and didn't realize you couldn't swim, it was the fault of the camp counselors. They were supposed to be looking after the children, but no. They were too busy getting high, too busy fucking around to realize that they had a job to do. And Camp Crystal Lake was no longer a holiday campsite for adults and kids. It became a part of folklore. How could this child die? It certainly wasn't the camp counselors, no. It was a horrible tragedy with no one to blame. But oh, Jason, we both know there was. Those camp counselors failed you. And that's why you could always hear your mother's voice in your head. Your mother was going to right the wrong. She started killing the camp counselors, one by one, without anyone suspecting a thing. Avenging her sweet Jason. Your beautiful mother knew what was the right thing to do. And what did they do in retaliation, Jason? They took her from you. They killed Pamela. And thus, you rose from the grave, and you continued Pamela's fine work in spilling these waters of Camp Crystal Lake with the blood of the deserving. She's so proud of you, Jason. She still speaks to you in your head. And you're wondering why you can hear me now. I've always been watching you, Jason, with pride. It was wrong what happened to you. It was awful. It was disgusting. Not only did Camp Crystal Lake lose a beautiful human being in the water that day, I lost my son. Yes, Jason, you heard me. I am your father, Elias Voorhees. Your mother was beautiful, but she never spoke about me. She'd rather tell you that I ran off or I mysteriously died, anything except the truth of what really happened, Jason. I've been watching you. I've wanted to speak out. I've wanted to talk to my precious son, but I've been too weak. I'm proud of you. I love you, Jason. And it hurts my very soul to see what happened to you. But now, I can talk to you like this. Father and son can finally reunite. Now allow me to explain why this is happening. You rose from the grave, Jason. Nothing can hurt you, so long as your heart burns with vengeance and hatred for these counselors of Camp Crystal Lake and their sinful ways. You can never die. But you never stopped for a moment, precious kind boy that you are. All you thought about was making your mother proud and happy. Little did you know you were making your father very, very proud. You never questioned why you rose from the grave. That is what your mother would not speak of. She was trying to protect you. I, Elias Voorhees, used to work on Camp Crystal Lake. One day I was helping around, and I found a small cave. Inside this cave, I found a mysterious tombstone. It was in writing I couldn't understand, but when I touched the headstone, something entered my body. A mist, almost like it was the lake itself. When I returned, the other counselors freaked out. You're not supposed to go in there. Haven't you heard? That cave is cursed. You touch that headstone, you'll be cursed forever. Not just yourself, no. Yourself, your family, your children, your children's children. I never believed it for a moment. But these were different times back then. They were a lot more superstitious and willing to believe in the paranormal than they are now. They're forgetting, Jason, but they're starting to remember because of you. You see, when I returned and told them about the headstone, I went to have fun for the night. I went to get some beers with my friends, my fellow counselors. Then when we went out in the woods, they ambushed me. They beat me with weapons. They beat me down, they punched, they kicked, they bit me. They were scared of this curse. They were so scared they were willing to kill me and end my bloodline, so that this curse could never hurt anyone they knew or loved. The final thing I remember, before everything went dark, was a machete. They cut my throat with that machete and left me to die. As I bled out, I was lying back. All I could do was stare at the stars of Camp Crystal Lake. And all I felt was hate. I was never going to see my wife ever again. I was never going to see my son ever again. This should never happen to anyone. And yet, it was happening to me. So, I prayed. Let me live. I'll do anything. Let me live, so I can see my wife and child again. And then, all the pain disappeared. I couldn't explain it. The mist of the lake. My wounds were still there, but I felt no pain. The light that was fading from my eyes stayed faded, but I felt fine. I just had a renewed sense of purpose. If they were going to do that to me, they were going to hurt Pamela. They were going to hurt you. So, right next to me was the machete that was used to cut my throat. I took it, and I paid the counselors a visit. You should have seen the look in their faces, like they had seen a ghost. I slashed them all down without mercy. No one was going to take you or Pamela away from me, Jason. Then, when my vengeance was complete, I faded into the mist. I became part of the Crystal Lake. Whether it was my desire to see you and Pamela again, that tombstone that I touched, I don't know. But I heard rumors that tombstone has been around for centuries. People don't know where it came from. But after the string of violent, bloody murders, the last thing they needed was the rumors of a bloodthirsty killer on the campsite. That wouldn't be very good now for profits and tourism now, would it? So what did they do? They took some dynamite, collapsed the cave as if that tombstone never existed. And thus, I was trapped here. I don't know if I'm a ghost, a specter, a revenant. I don't know what I am. All I know is that I love you, Jason. I love your mother. And I'll always be watching over you. But it seems you taking vengeance on these camp counselors is what brings us closer together. After that last kill, Jason, I've been speaking out for so long. I've pleaded to be able to speak to my son again. I've pleaded. And now, we have the answer. The thing that allows Pamela and I to speak to you, Jason, is blood. Ourselves bonded by blood and love. And the blood of the deserving victims of vengeance. Kill them all, Jason. Kill them all and we'll always be together. Perhaps it was that tombstone. Perhaps it's our love for each other. It doesn't matter, Jason. We have everything we need, Jason. As long as people come to this campsite and you spill their blood, you will never die. Neither will Pamela. And neither will I, Elias. Your father. We'll be together forever, like the family we were always meant to be. And we don't need to feel bad about it. These counselors, they're as bad as the next. So, make your mother, make your father proud, Jason. More than I already am, Jason. I love you. I can feel the connection fading. It's time. Put on that mask, Jason. Put it on now. Kill them all, Jason. That's a good boy. Kill them all. And we'll always be together, Jason. I may be Elias Voorhees, but above all else, I am your father, Jason. And you're a good boy. And I will always love and cherish you. So to make sure I don't fade away and disappear, kill them all, Jason. Make them all understand the curse of the Voorhees name. Good boy.